one thing that I can't understand, I can't comprehend, is
Hmm.
that you get these politicians, you get these leaders, you get all these people that talk about all the jobs are in startups, all the jobs are, they're in small businesses. But then
Yep.
they go on
Yep.
and they basically don't tout those people. They don't give them the use this word. They don't give them a narrative. They don't give them a vision. They don't give them an option. And yet,
That's right.
the brand down the street that moved 2,000 miles and was given $25 million is the one that people
That's
talk
right.
about. I
That's
call it
right.
whale hunting. Some people call it different things.
Yep.
And one of the reasons why, you're on the 1004 show, and
Hmm.
the numbers mean something, right? The numbers mean that small business that never got an opportunity, like
Hmm.
we're giving them something.
That's
About
right.
4 years ago, I was sitting in a jobs summit for my community,
Yep.
and this guy, I sat there for 45 minutes, and these people were talking, and I was a relative nobody at that point, but I was invited to go to this meeting of 45 people or so, and someone's
Hmm.
like, all our region needs is to recruit 4 large businesses with 1,000 employees each. That's going to be great. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, where do you think that makes sense? I just written a book about community building, and basically what I was learning, not only from our community but other communities, is that there's tiers, right? So you
Yeah.
need small, medium, large businesses, service providers. You might need a little bit of capital. You might need some schools in there. You need people. You need density. There's all these pieces. And this person was like, no, all we need is we need a whale hunt, 4 businesses, 1,000 employees, and everything will be fine. And I was like, what if we flipped flop that and
Hmm.
helped grow 1,000 businesses? Let's just say an average of 4 employees, right?
Yep.
Not only do you have 1,000 businesses there because it's from a diversity standpoint, it's better than 4, but
Hmm.
also you're not having this fake business come in. And granted, look, if we all ever could be big, we would do that. And I understand people are playing this game, but like you have 1,000 business owners now, 3,000 employees instead of 4 business owners and 3,996 employees. It's just a game of simple math. And if you think about when people talk about in sales how it's easier to retain a client than it is to attract a new one, it's the same
Hmm.
concept. What's in your backyard? What's a little bit of money that you can provide them, and see what
Yep.
happens. I was literally at a luncheon today,
Yep.
and I brought up the point like, hey, you guys just gave $25 million to this company, and it's supposed to create a couple thousand jobs. What if you gave that couple thousand, that couple $1 million, $25 million or whatever it was, to a couple thousand businesses?
That's right.
What would
That's,
happen there?
that's
Well,
right.
it's we don't really think that way. I'm like, well, maybe you should start.
That's
And I
right.
get in these arguments with economic development people, and I'm like, you just told me your small business community needs something, and you don't
Hmm.
understand why they don't get it from you.
Yep.
You don't give them love,
That's
right?
right.
All this stuff, like the progression of what we're doing, is only because people aren't doing it. They
That's
say
right.
one thing, do another thing. And I hear it every single day. I'm sure you hear it every day. It's like, I just need a voice. And you know what?
Yeah.
Sometimes you realize that what you're really good at is that voice, and you just start telling people.
That's
And,
right.
we want people to adopt 1004 and realize it is kind of the for people, by the people type of piece, right? I interviewed Damon John a couple years ago, and learning
Hmm.
a lot about him. It's kind of the same thing. Like he wanted to be able to provide urban wear for people, and it
Hmm.
just so happened that was people of black people that were in urban communities, and
That's right.
it it just like just because something was done one way before doesn't mean that's the way that it should be there. And I think the dollar amount with whale hunting is something like they return 10 cents on the dollar. So this thing that they think they're going to return doesn't even return but
Right.
10 cents on every dollar.
Yeah,
And I
man.
literally have gotten in fights with economic development directors where they're like, you're wrong. You don't know what we're doing. I'm like, okay, prove me wrong. Like,
Right.
I want these businesses to survive.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is give them a little bit of love. Do a
Yeah.
freaking ribbon cutting for them. Tell people, but you don't even do that. And they get so much more love for these big companies than they do the small guy. When it's like, this guy fought through your downturn. Like, you're
That's
like,
right.
why
That's
didn't
right.
you help them?
That's
And
right.
so I don't even know what the question was. I got on my rant. I
Yeah,
love
no, no,
talking about that,
no.
but
You're preaching, man. You're
it's
preaching,
it's
and
frustrating that these businesses then fail because they couldn't even get a similar
Mhm.
opportunity to someone else.
It's
And
ridiculous.